Hello, welcome to the Latics Football Phone-In with me, Matt Dean.
And me, Dave Bradley.
How are you doing, Dave Bradley?
I'm very good, Matt Dean.
Good. What a week, eh?
Well, what a midweek.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't really want to talk about Saturday, but we can talk about Tuesday and we'll talk about that.
Well, no, we are here to talk about Saturday.
Yeah,
as well.
I know. Well, after Saturday, I was a bit devastated, if I'm honest with you. Another last-minute goal. Really didn't show any else in the last 5 minutes, did we? We knew it would come in. They battered us in the second half, Mansfield, but we did start well. But then Tuesday, late in Orient, I was dreading it, if I'm honest with you. I just went because I'm a diehard fan, really, and I weren't expecting anything from the game.
Come in, love.
But lo and behold, they came out fighting, carried it on, got a lucky first goal. It was a great cross. But second half, they didn't stop, did they? Hallam Hope, last-ditch tackles. You know, they only had probably one shot on goal that was on target. It was a good save from from Danny Rogers. But it's, it's a win. I'll take the win. It'll stop that rot. And it's the psychological advantage now being 22nd rather than 23rd going into the little game against Stevenage, that little bottom three game, because Scunthorpe have gone out. Right.
Long gone. And do you remember when they beat us 3-1 at home on Boxing Day? Was that their last win? I think it might be one of their last. I'm not too sure. I'm sure you'll find out, or someone will mention it. But they really haven't won many games, have they, since that?
They've won since,
and they've not won for ages before that. So gifting points like that. I mean, it's if the worst comes to the worst, those are the moments that are going to be very painful. But if it doesn't, and we're all right, then nights like Tuesday are going to be the things that we remember, aren't they? Because it was pretty smart. So I'll tell you what, should we stop? Just, it's a football phone-in.
Yeah,
we've got two people phone-in. So we'll bring in our mate, Bin Man, Nathan. It's all about you now, Bin Man.
It's all about me, isn't it, fellas?
It's all about you, mate. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Are you?
Yeah, very well, thanks.
Hey, mate, you okay?
Yeah, you're good, Dave. Yeah, good, all good, mate. Good. I like the top.
Oh, cheers. Which one's the best?
That one, I do like that one.
What, mine?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
I like it.
Told you.
He only wears match one.
Yeah, long sleeves as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely.
So last time I saw you, we're on Tuesday night in Rochdale Road End. How did you feel at the beginning of the game, and how did you feel at the end of it?
Well, at the beginning of the game, I think we feel like everyone walking in the ground, you could see, it just weren't feeling the same. Everyone was nervous. I went into WC before, and no loud talking, that mate. Everyone was just quiet. You know what I mean? It was horrible, because you know that the game is massive. We had to be out of the bottom two come Saturday. So we needed that win. It was massively important. And, before the game, I was walking up and I just kept thinking, just get 3 points. I don't care how we get it, just get them. Look, if it's an own goal, just get it.
And how do you think we played in getting those 3 points? What did you think of the performance?
Well, as you guys obviously both went, the first 5 minutes, I thought we came out like a dog out on the trap, didn't we? I thought, wow, what a start this is, And then as the game was progressing, I thought we need to start to score soon, because it's going to bite us back into it. You can see it coming. And luckily we got the goal, which gifted by us, obviously an own goal, but nevertheless,
Belting header, wasn't it? What an
cracking cross, weren't it? Though it was a good cross. It was hard to defend, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's one of them. You got to make something. You got to get something on it. 'Cause if you don't, then someone's lurking there, aren't they? And obviously, it's and that was the first goal I've seen at Rocky Road and since Port Vale. I got told.
Yeah, someone said to me it was at Forest Green was the last time we scored against.
Well, obviously we weren't there, was we?
But I wasn't in that stand then, and so the same. It's been, and that's the thing though. You're right, Bin Man. Like it's. When we have those periods of pressure and we don't score, it's all you can just feel it coming, can't you? Normally, you just feel they're going to score, and thankfully, clean sheet were massive, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, massively. It gives confidence. And then at half time, I thought, right, let's regroup. Let's try and come out the first 5 minutes as we did in the first half. And we did. Thought we were tremendous. I thought we played really well on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think having a bit more of a solid back four, with Hart there, Clark there, Will Sutton, Pidge. Will Sutton, I think's doing no wrong really. I think he was a bit at fault for the goal against Mansfield. How he didn't boot it into Roll's head in the last minute. I think I might be being a little bit harsh, but he needed to show a bit more now there really.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. He's come in obviously against Walsall, weren't it, his first game? And I thought, we've been here before with Edmondson, haven't we? And Tarky. We've been here, we've done it before, so, it was no surprise when we called him, because obviously we needed him. So obviously McGay's not there, and he has come in, and, and he has done all right. He really has. And like you said, we know he's not experienced, but, he can't, how can I say it? You don't want to be too critical of the lad. I know he's going to make mistakes. He's a youngster, isn't he? We all make mistakes. But it's good that we got Pidge back, from suspension, and I feel like he was a walking thing. He weren't, because obviously he was only like one card away from being suspended. I'm glad that's out of the way now. Not looking over your shoulder, think he can't make that challenge. He's on one more yellow and he's out. You know what I mean? We ain't got that now, have we?
Bim, are you top of Indian's Head or on Blackpool Beach?
I'm actually having a walk.
No, I'd never have guessed.
Can't you tell?
Yeah, it's a bit windy. I bet you, John, is it freezing? Is it snowing where you are or what?
It was this morning, yeah. Yesterday I was sweating on the way to work. This morning I was freezing.
Yeah, well, that's all the weather for you, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Listen, I'm just gonna pop you on mute for a second there because the wind's blowing in, and we're gonna bring your old partner in crime here from the old walking down Sheepfoot Lane days, Bradley Knowles. I'll just pop you on mute for a sec, just while the wind. I'll bring you back in a bit, Brad.
No, it's
man. All right, pal.
No, it's bad.
All right, brothers.
Hiya, lads. How's it going?
All right.
There's only one brothers. I'm only kidding. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Cheers, pal. Doing good. Cheers. How are you?
Yeah, good. I'm speaking to the two guys in who could only get a beer in Walsall outside the ground, because that's all I can remember. You and Big Man outside of Morrison's thinking having some Estrella, and I was like, where have they got them from?
I never like Walsall. It's nothing round there anyway, is there? You just have that social club. Social club was shut. It looks like it's not been open for a long time. And they said, "Oh, you go to the hotel across the road, the quarantine hotel." So you couldn't even go in. So we ended up going to an Iceland and cracking beers open on side.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like I thought credit to you, but
this is the thing, though, isn't it? Like it makes a difference, doesn't it? Away fans know what's a decent away day and what isn't, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's not people don't just go to watch the game, do they? They go for the day, don't they, or the experience or the evening or whatever. And so it's important to have the facilities in and around the stadium, innit? Because there's loads of them that are just awful.
Oh,
really,
yeah, definitely.
And you just don't. A lot of people don't bother because of that, do they? I mean, I've not been to Stevenage before, but looking forward to getting down there. How have you been this week, Brad? Since man's from Saturday to Tuesday to Thursday.
It's just a roller coaster, isn't it, at the moment? Saturday, you left the ground just disheartened. You could tell looking around the players' reaction, how they just fell to the knees, and the fans like hands on heads. People coming out the ground saying, "Oh, that's it." But you got to agree though, like conceding that many goals in the last minute, it's just nails in the coffin for a relegation team. But then we come out Tuesday and we're just flying. It just looks like a different team. It's like the way we're playing very well in the first half. The first half performances, we're matching any team. I think it's fitness that they can't win. But is that period again against Leyton Orient between the 45th and 55th minute where they had chances? They went through one and Rodgers tipped it round the corner. So that was the third minute. We just can't keep it tight for that first 10. Just give away silly balls. I think Sheridan said in his interview afterwards, said that was from a free kick, our own free kick, and it ended up nearly scoring. And again, the dreaded set piece in the last minute, you just think, oh, it's going to happen again here.
Oh, it's just awful, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just took ages for it to go land in the box. You just think somebody just had it, and you think Rodgers has come out. You think he's flapped at it, missed it, and then all of a sudden we break, and you just think, thank you for that.
The thing is, though, it's like, I mean, like you said, when the players went down to their knees after the Mansfield game, you could see how disappointed they were, and you could see on Tuesday how hard they worked, because they grafted, and there did seem to be a bit of a spell where maybe they didn't seem to be quite as up for it, but they certainly do. The last couple of games, they do seem to be up for it again, and it's just, though, like what the corner that led to our goal. Initially, there was a foul by Pidge, wasn't there? And it was for a free kick, and it was just little, regardless of all that good stuff that we're saying about, it's just little mistakes like that can cost us the game. He didn't need to foul him; he could have just showed him out, kept him up, pushed him against the line, and it's on those little margins that we're going to stay up or go down. And thankfully, against all the odds, a brilliant punch from Rodgers. And to be fair, Whelan and Vaughan, the two smallest players on the pitch, just had waited on the edge of the area for that reason. So it was actually a well planned.
Just showed the house, didn't they? You know, and also I saw a bit of the dark arts coming in. You know, cramp, drawing a foul. Missalou was like Fernandinho, wasn't he? I'm not saying in terms of ability, but drawing that foul, going down, taking his time, breaking up play, because Leyton Orient had 65% of the possession, if not more, on Tuesday night. And they spread the ball well, and they played good football, didn't they, to be fair to him?
But they lacked that cutting edge, though, didn't they, big time? Like, compared to when we went down there and they whooped us, didn't they, 4-0? At least like every time they went forward, I thought they were going to score, but it was definitely a different.
But it's just showing that bit of nous, isn't it? Like Nicky Adams, just a bit of experience brought him into the middle, didn't he, for about 10 minutes as well, didn't he? When we were getting a bit overloaded with Missalou and Whelan, you know, because Whelan isn't the strongest player, but given the time on the ball, a bit of quality, he can spray the ball about, and he was passing it forward, and he was going forward because he knew he had the cover behind him. Because I think he's caught in two minds sometimes, whether to go forward or to stay back. But if you just give him that bit of freedom and bring Adams in, look, because he did it against Swindon and he got a lot of joy out of it, although we got beat. But that's what Whelan needs. You can tell there's a quality footballer in there, but he just lacks that bit of confidence, and he's just scared of going forward without that cover. Like if Hunt was in with him, like on Saturday, without Missalou's like the key to this, because he does know he knows how to put a tackle in, he knows how to take a yellow, he knows exactly what he's doing. And to say he played on the previous Thursday for full 90 minutes for Congo, I thought he was exceptional. Anyway, he was still like running around till the 95th minute. He's such a fit lad, isn't he, in terms of his stamina and endurance.
He gives his all the time. You have a look at like the last couple of games, we definitely missed him. As soon as he's come back into the squad, he's made a difference in that middle. We've been crying out for that type of player all season. He just gets everywhere. I think one thing which I find frustrating with Whelan, like I said, he hardly passes it forward, but you have a look how many times he's on the edge of the box where it opens up. You just think, just hit it.
Yeah.
But he tries playing that ball out wide, and it just comes in and nothing there. Just have a go, because who is it now? Bristol Rovers, where he had a go. And it was a goal.
Possibly. It was a goal that never was, wasn't it? He said,
exactly.
Scored 1.5, hasn't he? Because we had a bit of a laugh after the game, me and Callum. I said, look, you've got one now. When he went, let's call it 1.5, because I did score that goal. But he just needs that bit of confidence, doesn't he? But to be fair, another player who was a standout performance for me was Jack Stubbs. Them balls that he were whipping in, they were cracking balls. I thought he played really well. He ran at people, took players on, but he just needs someone behind him, because he's got Hart behind him at one point, and then he had Adams behind him at the other. And Clark and Hart just started pushing on because Clark was playing really well. He showed so much skill when he was bringing that ball out. He's probably one of the best. He's got one of the best feet in the club, because he plays so well, and he's such a tidy player. We're going to struggle to keep hold of him next season.
We struggle to keep hold of all of them. I don't think any of them are contracted, are they? I don't think we've got many on contracts next season. So yeah, it's going to be tough. But I mean, a lot of it depends on what division we're in, as well, doesn't it? Because we were just saying before, weren't we? We're very, very poor at actually reminding people that are watching to how to get in touch with the show, even though it's all over the screen. But if you want to join in, and it is a football phone, and it's your chance to get involved, like Bimman, like Brad, just send us a quick email and we'll send you the link. It's laticsfootballphoning@gmail.com. And coming up about 7:30, we've got Nate from the Borough Pod and that's the Stevenage borough, not Middlesbrough, because we play Stevenage on Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's a massive game. And I joined him on his pod on earlier on in the week, and he was asking me lots of questions about the club and the situation and all that and what to expect at the weekend. And just said to him just how important it was for us psychologically to pick up the points on Tuesday going into that game against Stevenage, because they have now got a game in hand on us, but we're above them on goal difference. So winning that game on Saturday effectively puts us 4 points ahead of them, doesn't it? We can maintain the goal difference. It's absolutely massive. So I'll bring Bin Man back in, see if he's still out in the wind. He's still out in the wind, Bin Man?
No, I'm in now.
Oh, that's better. That's better. So
Yeah.
I know that all four of us are going to be going down to Stevenage.
Yeah.
I think that the last communication I saw was that we'd sold about 700 of 1,000.
Yeah, 1,014, 300
So
left.
before that, there's 50 tickets left.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Fit
Yeah.
names sold out as well, aren't they?
Have they?
I saw
Yeah,
Steve Evans trying to rally the fans. He looks fatter than he ever has.
I know that they've had their drum fixed, the Stevenage fans. So I don't know how much of a difference that's going to make. But Nate said to me that there's not usually much of an atmosphere at Stevenage. So you know what our lot are like. It should be a good backing. Pidge said when you spoke to him, didn't it, about the similar kind of backing to the Scunthorpe game.
Get yourselves down. That was his message. Get yourself down. We are the 12th man, and we've been amazing. He said it means so much. After I stopped recording, he was like, just push it as much as you can. Just get people down. You know what I mean? But that's all the club needs to do, really. Get one of the players to come on and put a message out saying, get some tickets sold. It doesn't take much, does it? And I'm not being critical of the club, because obviously they do as much as they can, from a media point of view, and it's always difficult. But
you can always do more, Dave.
You can always do more,
and I think,
and you can never do enough.
Well, it depends. Some people might say that some people on
I'm
this
only
phone
kidding.
do too much, but
Well,
sorry to interrupt. Binman might have a Latics phone in exclusive from you. You had a visitor, didn't you, to your work?
Yeah, Steve Brown coming.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I felt a bit awkward, if I'm honest. It weren't good.
Yeah, it was like an old reunion then, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, I didn't realise it. Do you know, when you look, I didn't realise it were him until about 2 minutes later, because you don't look at people like that, do you? You just look and think, oh, right, and then you look back and you think, oh, right, I don't know what to do. Because I was stunned, I didn't see him expected to be there, but the last person I would have thought of to be stood right in front of me, but it is what it is, isn't it? That's the first time I've seen him since obviously we went down to a meeting. So, I was quite stunned. I think, he's changed a bit, to be fair.
Well, the thing is, it's been a rocky all season, and it's been a rocky few years. I think what we've been really, really focused, haven't we, for the last, since Shez came back in, on getting behind the team and supporting the team, and I think we've just been magnificent. I was so impressed on Tuesday night. There was do you remember, lads, in the Rochdale Road, and like the singing started right at the beginning of the game, and it didn't stop. And it's like a point at about halfway through, it stopped just for a minute. I think Ryan was giving his arm a rest on the drum, I think, or something, because it just stopped and it just went dead quiet, and it felt really weird because it had been the noise had been going on for so long, and I think the fans have just been magnificent. And I think this, what you were talking about there, because obviously you two got banned and all that kind of stuff earlier on in the season. We've had all that. But when it's kind of come down to crunch time now, I think we've proven that we are an exceptional bunch of fans, haven't we?
Definitely.
We're fans like no other. Me and Brad always discuss this, don't we, Brad? We're fans like no other. And I said to him today, it's the best atmosphere I've seen at Boundary Park in the last 2.5 months. 3 months in the first time in like 12 years, if not since playoff on the Sheridan. I'm going to be honest with you. It's the best atmosphere I've heard for a very long time. And this is what a decision like that can do. And this is what I've been thinking for the last 2.5 months. And Sheridan come back. If you would start behaving and actually listening to the fans, this is what we can offer.
Yeah, there's so much potential at this club, and I marvel at the. I do marvel at the young people at the front in the Atleticos, like the energy, and they're there because they're enjoying themselves. It's just they enjoy it. They love singing, they love doing the chanting, they love jumping up and down and taking their shirts off, and there's quite a few girls in there as well, which I think's great as well. It's not all lads, and they've never seen any kind of success. And I think what they've done, the Atleticos, in terms of building up that support and that atmosphere to a point now where away fans are coming to Boundary Park and going, these guys are smart. It's making it an occasion. Imagine if we were atop of our league, any league,
Well, even with Mansfield in the last 5-10 minutes, we were singing, bouncing, and then, as Brad said earlier, when that goal went in, it like someone had died, hadn't it? I was absolutely devastated me after that game. I was sat after the game, just like I couldn't speak to anybody. You know what I mean? I was like, Mikey Brown came in from the commentary and he ended up booting the door. Suzanne came in from the Chronicle and I just couldn't speak. I was just furious. And then Chez came in and you could see he was raging. You know what I mean? And I was just dreading Tuesday. I really was. I thought we were going to get battered off Leyton Orient, because I'd sort of, everyone says keep the faith, but after 60 feet on the bounce, it was really difficult.
Well, we came in for a little bit of stick after last week's podcast for being depressing.
Yeah.
I was like, well, it was depressing. I was depressed. We'd lost, is it 5 games on the bounce at that point? And I kept saying, you're only as good as your last game, aren't you? So if you've lost your last 5 or 6 games, then you're not very good, are you? Clearly. But we've also been saying that when Chez has got more players at his disposal, the side isn't all that bad as they prove. They're not as bad as they were, because Chez can get a tune out of them. And do you think, lads, that we do have enough? You be as positive or as negative as you want to be. Brad, what do you think?
When Sheridan came back in, but I think we were in the pub, about 8 of us were in the pub, and it was me and Paul Shea were the only ones who said that we would stay up. I think that was after the Rochdale game, and then I flipped and flopped between. I thought after Bradford, yeah, we definitely. Then we lost, obviously 4 or 5 on bounce in the last minute goal against Swindon, and then Mansfield. I thought, right, no, it's writings on the wall. I'm still 50-50. I don't think Stevenage will go down. They've got an easy run in. They've got, after us, they play Colchester, Rochdale, and Scunthorpe. Scunthorpe is an easy points. But I think Barrow may be the team to catch. They've got a game in hand. We've got 3 points. With 3 points behind them, their goal difference counts for a point as well. We need to win half of our games. We've got 7 games left. We need 3 wins at least and a couple of draws. I don't know where they're going to come from. I've looked at Saturday, potentially a point win. We need to win that. And Crawley at the end of the season, that's the only other win which I can see. The other ones are going to be tight games. We've got a lot of the top 7 of the teams are going for playoffs, which again they're nervy as well, so they won't be going for it. You're playing teams like, say, Bradford, they're just on the beach, aren't they? They're just passing it around and doing what they want. So
what about Salford? They might be out of it, might they? By
they've picked up form though now.
They have, I know they have, but they might. I'm hoping that they'll drop it again as well. So
yeah,
what do you think, Brad? To the point that, like, sometimes it's like, when you play the teams down the bottom, it's dead cagey. Everyone's keeping it dead tight, dead solid. Nobody wants to concede. When we play some of the better teams and they're going for it a bit more, and maybe if we've got Luamba back, like when we played Bristol, who pushed on them, we managed to hit them on the break a bit. Yeah. Do you think it might actually, in some ways, suit us a little bit better that we've got a slightly more open game going against those
definitely.
teams?
I think all the time, that's what it suits. That Binman didn't even actually say his exclusive when I tried dropping him. Steve's told that Binman that Luamba is back for Saturday.
Right.
So we might see him on the bench, but he's been a big miss. When we play the teams who actually come forward, we can hit them on the counter. We have got pace in that squad down the wings, and Adams puts in some cracking balls. He's the best crosser in the league by a mile.
If only we'd signed a centre forward or 2 at the beginning of the season for getting crosses there.
Yeah, I just think, Fondop was sort of winging a prayer, wasn't he? You know what I mean? After Newport, I thought, God, we're staying up. There's no problem here. And then he gets injured, and it just sort of deflated us. And I think that had a massive effect on the squad, But then we beat Bradford, and then we struggled against Colchester, and I got worried after Colchester. That was when I got really worried because I went to Colchester, and first half it looked all right. Then we went to Crawley, and I thought, we might be okay. Hope's at a bit of form now. But then Carlisle just not the stuffing out of us, didn't it? That result not really hit us on the our confidence massively. And then we actually found out that Fondop was out for the end of the season, and it just sort of everyone's positivity just went down and down and down. And then Swindon was, well, if we'd have lost, we lost. I thought if we'd have got a point out of that game, we would have been very lucky. You know what I mean? Because we got absolutely pasted by them, didn't we? Did you go to Swindon?
No, we was on a stag do that weekend.
We got battered, and it was heartbreaking that we got beat. But then Sutton was an absolute write-off. That was probably the worst display I've seen this season. They were so poor.
Sutton was like a blast back to Harrogate, wasn't it, for me?
Yeah.
That's why I was so disappointed after that result, because it looked like all the fight had gone out of them again. It looked like something was wrong in the squad, like their heads had gone and all that kind of stuff. And that's when you start to worry. But that's why credit is due to them, because they picked, all right, we didn't get the win against Mansfield and we should have got a point, but the performance was definitely a lot better. And it has again against Leyton Orient. Bin man, how do you fancy our chances? Do you agree with Brad? A Barrow the team that we have to?
I think Brad's right. I think he said earlier, didn't he? And Paul said that they stay up. Where I said we drop. I still maintain that. I still think we are going to probably drop. I hope to God we don't. But like Brad said about Stevenage, I can see them actually picking up another 3 wins, where I can't see Barry doing that. So I think he's right. I think Barry are the team to catch, but they have got a game in hand on us as well, haven't they? Which it doesn't help. But looking at Barry's fixtures, they're very same to ours if you've had a look at them.
They are. We play a lot of the same. We play a lot of the same teams, don't we? Yeah.
So I think it is between us and them. But I was listening to Pete Wild on the way home in a mate's car with Brad on it Tuesday on the way home, and he's right about Evans. Into he's going to play robust football. You know what kind of football you're going to get from him.
Yeah.
So I think it will install that into them, and definitely they will be up for it. But
I mean, but they're on the 3rd manager of the season, aren't they? Again, and there's obviously things that aren't right there. And if whatever he's got to do, he's got to do it quickly. And they're down there for a reason as well. So,
I want to say this before the guy comes on for Mr. I hope he's not on, but I want to say before he comes on. Yet, no. But I'll be honest, I think they deserve to go a couple of years ago. So I think they should drop this season. They deserve to go. I mean, the pandemic. They should have gone then.
That's right. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
But
I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day, like we have no divine right to be in any league. Right? Nobody does. Which is what really gets my goat about the top 6 in the Premier League and all that, and the top 4 and all that. That's another conversation. But when you look at what clubs bring to a league in terms of stadia, in terms of fans and all that, away fans and that. Any neutral would want, maybe apart from Tranmere and Rochdale fans, but if you're honest, you want Oldham in that division, not Stevenage and Barrow are non-league teams, aren't they? Ultimately, and Oldham are a proper league club. So thanks to Rich, I think Richie Wellings agreed with us, don't you, with his selections on Tuesday.
Now, a lot of people said that it was a bit of a buy from Richie. I don't know what your thoughts were, guys, but I thought we played really well. But some people are never happy, are they? We were talking about 5 defeats last week. We get called negative, but the facts are the facts. We've just been beat 5 on the spin, but we don't want to be negative. But some people out there on Twitter, do criticise what we say, and they're saying that, we win a bloody game after losing 6 games, and it's the game's been fixed. So it's just unbelievable, isn't it?
I don't think anyone was claiming the game had been.
No,
fixed.
you could think
been given a buy. I'm sorry, wrong choice of word. But they get willing to give us a buy with his team selection.
How can you say that as well? If people think, we give us a game in the 92nd minute, they bring the keeper up to equalise. That's a guy who's throwing everything at it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. I know that, but some people.
Well, you got to remember that Leyton Orient are safe now. Richie
Wellens, he's examining into.
He's having a look at his squad. Rich Wellens only been there 4 or 5 games. Got him safe. He needs to have a look at his squad. He's building for next year. So they made 4 or 5 changes, and you expect it. Like that's what I'm saying about these teams now from 12th to about 20th. Are going to be just playing around with the squads, seeing it there. So you don't know what you're coming up against. Like people are fighting for contracts. So then players who we put in there won't have a deal for the summer, and they'll be thinking, right, they've not shown anything. It's that time now. They need to show. So I think they have Frank Newell up front, a big strong player with Harry Smith. They towered over us. And
they had some big lads in that squad, don't they, in that team, didn't they?
Exactly. Really, yeah. So he's no such thing as a free game.
No. Just in terms, you were talking about contracts and stuff. Paul's just mentioned that Hart was incredible on Tuesday.
We're trying to get Paul on. I'm just sending him the link now. So, Paul, keep an eye on your emails, mate. I'm just sending you a link. So, just follow the instructions when you come through.
We missed him. We've missed him, haven't we? I think he is one of the standout performers in the side. It's just a 1 year deal, isn't it? Because we can only sign people on 1 year deals. But I'd like to keep hold of it. That's for sure.
We've got an option, haven't we?
You don't know how we've negotiated the contracts in the summer.
Well, the club didn't know how they'd negotiated them.
Exactly.
For one or two of them, unfortunately, and they weren't able to play. But I've been impressed with Sam Hart. He gives his all every game. He gets stuck in. You know what he does really well is a stand-up tackle. He doesn't go flying in. He only goes for he only dives in at last ditch. He stays on his feet, and he's really good at stabbing the ball away from players' feet and staying on his feet, which is really good because obviously diving in is the last thing you want from a fullback if it's needed.
Well, I think Couto was a bit guilty of that on Saturday against Mansfield. He showed his little bit of an inexperience and he was a bit rusty, wasn't he? But everyone
his depth on Saturday, but
he should be getting eased in at the end of the season when you say like you're talking about before, rather than being more relied on like that. So listen, chaps, I'm just going to. We've got Nate in the backstage area here. He's drinking all the free champagne and stuff. So if you don't hurry and get him in quick,
I'm gonna have to shoot off, lads.
He'll be too drunk. All right, mate. Thanks for calling in, brothers.
See you Saturday.
See you Saturday.
Bye.
So here's Nate. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, boys. How are you?
Very well, thanks. Very well.
Hi, mate. You okay?
Yeah, good, mate. I'm absolutely bricking tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Friday?
Well,
you just wait till Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Thursday, isn't it? I've been like this all week. Like this all week. No idea what day it is. Yeah, no, Friday. Absolutely. You said it on our show about, for the sake of the drama, you need to win on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Richie Wellens did you a favour, didn't he? Oh. Pick five changes, resting all their best players, going easy on you.
Well, at least you had to go for a week off because we had a few colds.
Good old
COVID. That old chestnut.
Yeah, no, you brought up the conspiracy theory on my show, so I thought it was only right that I did it on yours.
Listen, everything is all these little things all matter at this point, don't they? So do you want to just quickly introduce yourself to those that are watching there and where how we came across each other, what you do?
So obviously I'm a Stevenage fan for my sins. I just recently started a Stevenage podcast called Borough Pod. You can find us on Twitter. And not that any of you want to, so I'm not even going to say it. We're a bunch of people who like to talk crap about football. So we just do. So we do.
That's how we started.
Talk about crap football is another.
Yeah.
Another thing that we have in common.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I guess that a lot of your fans were, yourself included, were following the game very intently on Tuesday night. Then.
I saw a couple of tweets from it, but I chose to stay away for the sake of my health.
Probably best.
Yeah, and although I did get a text at full time. And threw my phone across the room.
So
work pay for it. It's fine.
Tell us a little bit about the situation then at Stevenage. Binman, are you still there, mate?
I am, mate. Yeah.
Sorry, Nate. Nathan's on the line as well. His nickname's Binman, so just in case that's what I was.
I've been listening on for the past 10 minutes or so. So don't worry, I heard everything that was said.
Yeah, so do you want to just make your point again, Binman, to Nate about the Stevenage relegation from the other year?
He's right. He doesn't need to say it again. He's right. We should
Yeah,
have gone down.
well,
Worst
Chase
team
is dropping me in
Football
it deep
history.
end, Matt.
Well,
Yeah, I think they should have dropped the other year, so I think it's only right to go down this year. They've been in the non-league, so it's not much hurt to them where it will be to us. No disrespect to you, but they have been down there, haven't they? You know what it's like. Where I really don't want that feeling.
You see, my side of the argument on that is we've already been there. It's your turn.
Yeah, I hope not.
Hey, we've got no divine right to not go down there. Just because we were in the Premier League doesn't mean that we can't get relegated.
Can we just all agree that we all collectively want Barrow to go down there because they are non-league, aren't they?
Worst, one of the worst grounds in it.
Well, the worst away
worst away day as well.
Yeah.
All you got is a Costa. I think Jonathan Ford said, "What's the three top away trips and three worst?" Mine would be Scunthorpe, Barrow, and probably Port Vale for away, which are rubbish.
Oh yeah, Burson's
Walsall as well.
horrible,
That's But
my dad lives in sight of Walsall, so it's not so bad for me. He used to live in sight of Boundary Park actually, and now he lives in sight of Walsall. So like really scraping the barrel, isn't he? I spent quite a lot of time in like Oldham, and Chadderton and stuff because of my old man. So quite.
Well, listen, tell us why Stevenage are struggling so badly. When we went on your pod, we told some of the issues behind why we are where we are. But let our listeners know and our Oldham fans know what's got you perilously close to relegation again.
So our chairman is. I don't want to say too many negative things because we're hoping to get some of the behind the scenes guys on the show. So, but yeah, he's just. He said, "Let me be diplomatic." He's had his day. He should be done. Really, he came in the 90s and saved the club from bankruptcy and all that, and it worked wonders. And got us to essentially be Football League. So he's done a great job bringing us up the leagues. But his recruitment of everyone behind the scenes for years has been diabolical. I mean, we've had Graham Wesley as a manager 83 times. Obviously, Dino Marmaria, who you guys are fairly, a little familiar with.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah. Teddy Sheringham.
Oh, yeah.
So we came down from League One with Graham Wesley sort of came in to steady the ship. We went down to League Two, and then he took us to the playoffs, and they didn't renew his contract and instead replaced him with Teddy Sheringham.
Is that Graham Wesley who calls himself medal winner? I've heard that one.
Medal winner, yeah. That's him. He's an enigma of a human being. Just he's an absolute specimen. Like I just don't. There's no other word for it. The bloke's absolutely mental. So I can't wait until he buys Stevenage in a few years and then installs himself as a manager.
He is low. He might put like Graham Turner did at Hereford because there's he made himself chairman, manager, coach, bus driver.
I mean, he may not do an awful job as chairman, obviously, but as manager, he's had his day. Like he's had 4 spells as manager. One was fairly disastrous. Second one brought us up to the Football League. Third one came in, almost got us back up to League One via the playoffs, and then fourth one lasted about 6 games and was just a disaster. That season, we absolutely should have gone down. Berry and Macclesfield's demise absolutely saved us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, here you are again, fighting for survival. How big
familiar
again?
Feeling.
How big is it down in Stevenage in terms because I think we've just been told that we've only got 50 tickets left. There'll be about 1,000 Latics down there. How have you sold out, or is it going to be a big day? Or
I don't know if we've sold out, but the club are literally giving away tickets to fill the ground.
Right.
There's loads of. I think this weekend was going to be planned for stuff anyway, because there's.
Well, it's always a party when Oldham comes to town, isn't it? I mean, this is your biggest game of your season, isn't it? At the end of the day,
I don't know that season we should have gone down when you came here with Dino. may be the worst game of football I've ever attended. Was
that the 0-0?
It was nil. It was Stevenage 0, Oldham 0, Wind 3. I think. It was just
every other week at Boundary Park.
shocking.
That really.
Yeah.
Well,
every
snow for this weekend as well. Just lovely snow. It's like unbelievable, isn't it? Like,
well, the pictures. I saw a picture of the pitch earlier. It looks pretty silky. So
yeah, it
should be all right.
So where's a good pub to drink then? Where would you recommend for us travelling fans?
Not going to Stevenage at all, really. But if you have to,
talk us from the train station outwards, just for any travelling fans, if you don't mind.
The train station. So closest to the train station, you've got the old post office, which is probably the best one. That's just a quick walk over the bridge, and down sort of into the town centre, and where the bus station. I haven't been into the town centre for years, so I don't even know if it's still there. If I'm being completely honest, nearest to the ground. Your best bet is going probably straight to the ground and going to our mutual friend, which is just up the road from the stadium. It's about a 5-minute walk up the road.
That sounds like a nice friendly name for fans
and
to mingle in.
Or
you sets of fans in, do they?
Yeah, there's always. I mean, you might walk in and be like, nah, but.
I'm with my daughter actually, so I'm gonna have a couple of pints because I'm coming from Great Yarmouth on the Saturday,
right?
Because I'm on holiday, and my wife is really happy about that. But
that drive is awful. I've done that several times.
We're not driving.
You're not.
The train. We get the train.
Right, okay, fair enough.
The nerves, eh?
The bar, just the bar at the grounds. To be fair, is all right.
Fine.
Cheap. It's probably a bit cheaper than all the local pubs.
Really? Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring sorry, Bin Man. I'm just going to bring Paul in, who's just
no problem.
Champagne in the backstage area.
It's the champagne in the backstage, Paul. Was it all right, mate?
Champagne.
Yeah.
Oh. You all right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks, guys.
Have you ever been to Stevenage before, Paul?
Only with work, never with the football. So, yeah, no. I'm jealous.
Can't see Nate when we do this.
Is that just what? Yeah, go on.
So, I mean, I could just sit up like that.
Oh yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Stop slouching, young man.
It's because I do it so you can't see the reflection in my glasses.
Yeah.
Okay. No, well, are you nervous about Saturday, Paul?
Yeah, absolutely. Could go either way, I think. No, I'm not going. I don't tend to go to too many away games because I've got family. I need to be around the house, so I don't usually get to the evening games. To be honest, these days it's usually just the Saturday games. Usually with my dad. I've got my daughter a ticket. Probably the last season ticket I'll buy for a while. But try and get her to a game. But we never seem to win when she goes, so it sort of puts her out.
There's always people like that.
Don't take her ever again.
People think that they're unlucky, don't they? It's like, we've all got stories like that. I remember away games. It seemed to be years that I'd seen Latics win away from home at one point, but.
I had a period of about 2 years without seeing us win a game because I worked a lot of Saturdays. So when I went, it was always a loss, and we weren't even that bad at that point. I was just really unlucky.
Yeah.
Horrible it was.
Well, I usually wear my match worn shirts, but Tuesday night I thought I'm not going to wear one, and then I didn't wear it, so now I can't wear one on Saturday, which is like sacrilege to me, but I don't think I can do it. I'm going to wear the same t-shirt, same hoodie, same coat, everything. I'm going to be freezing if it's like -2.
You got to do it.
Hopefully we win, so we break your
no, you won't.
superstitious bit.
Can't, mate. Can't be done. No.
Return you to your superstition of wearing the match worn things. I think that's the best for everyone.
I'd rather not. I'd rather stay up and never wear a match worn again, and just have a nice, sustainable, settled season with no issues, no drama. Everybody happy, no tennis balls, nothing. We just want a nice, chilled season. Maybe getting to the playoffs and just missing out. I'd be so happy with that.
No, I disagree. I'd go on a 3-week bender if we ever finished it top half.
I mean, it's like 10 years in it since we finished the top half of any division.
2008, the last time.
Wow.
That is so great.
Incredible, isn't it?
2008.
Well, don't worry, you'll finish top half of the National League next year.
Not
Don't
necessarily,
start.
mate.
I thought we'd sort of done some sort of like peace process, a little bit of a like.
Listen, we'll have
agreed on Barrow going down.
Listen,
Barrow gone?
We'll have the last laugh on Saturday, won't we?
Yeah, suffice to say.
When Shez is coming up to away and giving it the old, we're all clapping, and you brought your drum again there, and
Yeah.
everything, you're all depressed.
And-
So is that, do you drum then? There, are you like a
No, it's not me. It's not me. But
Is there
the good news
is there anyone
that
that we need to look out for on your team, or are they all just as bad as each other? Or have you got any danger men? What's
they're all pretty crap.
who's your main threat? Who's
our best player is Jake Reeves, and he's out with a broken arm. So
right?
he's been
Yeah, I
he's,
saw
he's
that on
out,
the
he's out for
stats,
he's out for the season.
That Luke Norris looks an handful.
Yeah, he's kind of nasty. Not filthy, but like just a bit of a like as a centre half, you don't want to play against someone like him. Gives you a lot of hassle. Don't score enough, but he's a right pain in the ass. Jake Taylor on his day it can be really, really good. It's just so we have so few days.
What about Elliot List?
He's
Has he scored 8 for you this season? He's done all right for you.
Yeah. I don't know. He got injured fairly early on in Tisdale's tenure, and when he came back into the team, he's just done nothing.
Right.
So I don't know whether they've tried to rush him back and he's carrying something, or whether he's just taking ages to get back into it. Oh, he just plays for Stevenage and we can't create chances. We've got Bruno Andrade. He played in League One and had a relatively decent run with Lincoln up there. He's awful. Don't worry about him.
Sorry.
Arthur Reed's pretty good, but he'll be on a bench. Terence Van Kooten, handy centre half, plays as like a defensive midfielder occasionally. He's pretty good, but he won't trouble you up top. He had a shot the other week, and I think it's still going. So,
right, okay.
Honestly, I don't want to like put us down too much, but there's not really much to sing
Well,
about.
you're not bigging them up too much, to be fair, mate.
Yeah.
But
Sounds like we made a chance it.
I really wish I could.
The table doesn't lie, though, does it? We've had a question here from Dave. How many points do we reckon we need to stay up? So, I mean, that can go either way, can't it? The current situation is obviously Scunthorpe are down on 24. They're gone. Then it's Stevenage on 34, and we're above you on 34. We've got better goal difference by 4, but Barrow have got like a 10 goal better goal difference than us, and they're on 37. So it really is, I think, between the three of us. How many points is there left to play for? How many games have we got left now?
We've got 8 games left.
Right.
8 games.
So what's that? 24 points.
Yeah, good math.
So
40's got to be the goal, isn't it? I think
do you think that'd be enough?
I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, Barrow getting 2 points max.
Do you think?
Have you seen they've got to play 7 of the top 8?
Yeah, so do we. Don't we?
No, I think you got to play 4 or 5 of the top 8.
Actually, yeah.
They've got to play 7 of the top 8.
But it's the top 10, and there's so many up to 10th they can still get in there. Really, it's quite close.
So I reckon Stevenage on paper have got the best chance of scoring the necessary amount of points. But I reckon we'll finish.
Do you think 40 points? I think it's 43. Me, I think 43.
Yeah, I'd say 43, 44.
I'd be amazed if more than one of Oldham, Stevenage, and Barrow end up on higher than 40 points. I'd be amazed if 2 of the 2 teams make it. I reckon 40 will properly see you safe.
Do you think it'll go down to the wire? It's going to be one of those Jimmy Glass moments, isn't it? I keep on saying
it might go down to the wire, and I can't hack it, man. Like when we came down from League One, we were relegated like 2 or 3 weeks to spare. So I was like, right, cool, we can just go and get drunk at the football. It don't matter now. But I think it might go down to the wire, and I'm absolutely livid about it.
Yeah.
Apparently, we got 7 games to play, so that's just
sorry
in there. So thanks for that. Assuming it's correct, but we could count it, but none of us are clearly can be bothered. Yeah. But yeah, it's we're at that point. 7-8 games for whoever's left on. Obviously, you've got a game in hand and us, and so Barrow.
Yeah, but the game in hand against Mansfield, so that's a loss.
Is that home or away?
It's away on a Tuesday night. So yeah, so that's a loss. They're
down. Strong at home as well.
To be fair though, like you can just see, like Steve Evans is obviously one of the former Mansfield manager. You can just see him going and like proper stiffing them and pulling out something out of the bag. It'll be proper football, wouldn't it?
How did you fare on against Exeter? Because the stats didn't look too bad.
I sound like a bit of football fan, but we were proper stiffed by the ref. Their second goal, the lad that scored it, literally like hands on our centre half's shoulders. He's pushed himself high up into the air. It's a foul all day long. Every other referee in the country gives that 10 times out of 10. And the ref said after the game that not only should that goal have been ruled out, but we should have had a penalty in injury time at the end as well. So potentially, like, we could have had 3 points there. We were okay. They're clearly the better team, but you can see they're the better side. The players are better, but the performance overall was pretty even, to be fair. But that's all our losses in the last sort of 6-7 weeks.
Really
close.
So when I came on your when I came on your pod the other day, I think I went for a 1-0 Latics. So for your big sign off on the pod this evening, give us your prediction for the match.
3-0 Stevenage.
3-0. When was the last time you won 3-0?
You're doing so well as well.
January.
January.
We went on a run of 3 games where we scored 3 goals.
You beat us 3-0. You beat us 3-0 not that long ago, didn't you? If I remember right.
No idea. No idea. I don't remember.
So head to head, out of the last 5, Stevenage had won 2, drew 2, and
we beat each other 3-0 actually recently.
Oldham have got 1. So the odds are stacked in your favour. So you're going to be under more pressure than us. So yeah, I'll take that.
It's probably good. I think I said this the other day when you came on Borough Pod. It'll be 0-0, and then someone will win it in the 87th minute. But which way it goes, who knows?
Yeah, 95th minute. No, if you win it, you're going to win it in like the 97th minute. But I hope it's not a ball draw.
It will be, because we are not good enough to make a game interesting.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be the odd goal, isn't it?
So what sort of style of football do you play? Is it 3-5-2, 4-4-2?
Well, I mean, under Evans, I've got no idea what we're going to play. We played Diamond last week, which isn't isn't anyone's favourite, is it? Let's be fair.
No.
Glenn Hoddle style.
And we weren't actually dreadful. We haven't got any wide men at all. Like I said, we've got Bruno Andrade, but he's rubbish, so forget about him. We don't really have wide players, so everything comes through the middle, gets knocked up to Luke Norris, who holds it up and then feeds it back to somebody who gives the ball away. So
right,
sounds like we're probably going to try and get down your flanks, and you're going to try and get down our middle, or up our middle, or whatever.
Yeah. So it should be quite an open game.
We got Luamba back. Is Luamba back?
Yeah,
rumoured. Yeah,
he's been in training. I know he's been in training. So whether or not he'll be fit enough to do a full 90, whether he'll start or come off the bench
since before Mansfield. So no, before Sutton. Sorry, before Sutton.
So he'll be the one that comes on and scores in like the 90th.
Well, he did at Scunthorpe,
and he did at Sutton as well.
Yeah,
the bottom,
so yeah, beware. And if we see each other around, we'll buy each other a consolatory drink.
I'll be in the club bar before the game. Okay. And I'm disappearing immediately at full time.
Really?
I don't hang around anymore.
Are you a bad loser?
Yeah, hate it.
Sorry in advance, then.
It's all right. It's all right.
I'm shocking as well.
I don't blame the teams we lose to. I can't remember the last time. I mean, other than maybe Rovers, I can't remember the last time we lost for any other reason than we are crap. Right. That's why we lose. We don't. It's rare we get completely and utterly dominated and destroyed. We just can't do what we need to do to scrape points. It's ridiculous.
Well, what score you going for, Matt?
You just keep being yourselves now on Saturday, yeah? You just keep
being
yourselves, mate.
What score you going for, Matt?
I'm going to go for 1-0 to us.
I'm not saying because every time I've said it the last few weeks I've been wrong.
I expect Oldham to beat Stevenage in any competition or whatsoever. Easy 2-0 win. Up the Blues.
Ooh,
Paul,
easy.
Are you gonna put your head on the chopping block like this? It's just done.
Is he still living in the Premier League?
Yeah.
I think my shirt's got him a bit too excited. I think.
Plenty of us are.
In all honesty, no, joking aside, I think we'll win 2-0, but I'll be honest, I think it'll be cagey in the first 30 minutes. I think we'll both try not to make any early mistakes.
I think it'll be 2-1. Too old.
2-1.
2-1.
I'm not saying I can't. I don't want to jinx us because I'm at that point now.
I mean,
trying anything. I am. Everything is. I just can't. I'm sorry, guys.
I've found that like going into games with any kind of optimism is it's much more disheartening when you lose. It's far better to go in with a lower sense of expectation. I was like, I allowed myself to get that feeling against Sutton. I think we're going to do this. I think we're going to beat Sutton. Got a feeling. And then obviously we got beat 3-1. So it's better to just go in expecting to lose. But at the same time,
it's not a way to live your life, though, is it?
It's not, is it? No. And you always allow you do this at the beginning, but then when you start to get to near the game, you start to just you automatically think, yeah, we're going to do this. And there's no reason why we can't beat Stevenage, and Stevenage will be thinking there's no reason why we can't beat Oldham. So that's why I think it's going to be a close game. I can't see any of the teams going out and doing a 3-0. I don't obviously.
No, not at all. It'll be 0-0. It'll be 0-0.
It'll be. I think we'll win it later on.
I'm just nervous now.
I think I said on Monday, Tuesday. It'll be 0-0, and there will be one shot on target.
well, the thing is, we'll be all having a great time in the away end anyway, regardless.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
And make a load of noise.
So
and having a good booze.
Our drummer's been unbanned, so we might actually be all right this week.
What did he get banned for? Or can you not say?
Oh no, I nothing really. It was somebody else. He mistaken identity, and the club just ignored it and banned him anyway. But they've lifted it now, so he's back.
Right.
Genuinely, it's ridiculous.
Are we taking our drum? We'll be taking our drum, won't we?
Well, I don't know. It depends. If
do they allow?
No, you're not allowed it in.
All right.
No, you are. I don't know. I assume you are.
Right. Well,
if not, just punch the back of the stand. It's pretty loud. That's what
we could do that. Yeah.
That's what most teams do. Someone stood there kicking the stand.
Really?
Pretty loud.
Thanks for the tip.
All right.
Steel toe back.
I can't wait for you lot to get shut down now.
Yeah. Game stopped due to stand falling in because 1,000 older fans kicked the side of it in. You can see it now, can't you?
Well, if Swindon didn't knock it down, so it'll be good going if you guys manage it.
Who's the best away support that you've had at your ground so far this season?
That's a good question. I tend to try to ignore them. Who are good? Genuinely no idea.
Well, you're in for a treat this weekend.
It'll be Oldham after this weekend, mate. I can guarantee you that. Guarantee you that.
Good. I do like to have a bit of atmosphere at the ground, and we don't generate it, so it'll be good if someone else does.
The problem is you're lulling us into a false sense of security.
Yeah, it's a big plan, isn't it?
Your team's crap, your fans are crap.
Boys are really. I mean, Stevenage is.
These are all the things that you've told us this evening. So
it is.
It's all mind games. It's all mind games,
isn't it? Exactly. Never mind the managers.
He's like the Mourinho of League Two.
Exactly.
We're like Wenger falling for it, aren't we? We'll get called voyeurs next, won't we? Something.
Dave, you're sat in an office there, and you appear to have what looks like a certificate on your wall, which I think is enough information to suggest you're qualified to play the similar mind tricks back onto Nate there. So can you please reverse the mind games and so we can finish on that kind of positive?
Paul, sorry. Dave.
Dave. I'm reading Dave's name because it's next to mine underneath it.
Dave on the brain.
Okay. Paul. So can you flip it there? Have you got anything in the bag? Yeah, mind games wise.
Mind games. Well, we're back on the resurrection now, aren't we? So we've had one win. We've had a really crap run. So we're bound to be on form now for the next 5 games. So I think you'll see our better side. We've got good players come back into the side, haven't we now? As we said before, Hart back in, Luamba hopefully coming back in. So I think we stand a better chance than we did 2 weeks ago.
Do you genuinely believe that we've got enough to stay? Do you think we'll stay up? So the last question to everybody, Paul, not Dave, sorry. Paul, do you think that Latics will stay up?
I'm still a believer at this point in time. Just about. Hanging on by a thread.
Ben Man, do you think we'll stay up?
Can you ask me Saturday?
No, we're asking you now. Are we staying up, mate?
As I'm feeling now, yes. I said no earlier, but I think yeah. If I had to ask, yes, I would say yeah. I think like you said with Bradley earlier, I think us and Stevenage possibly could stay up, and I think Barrow could drop.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to ask you before you go, guys. Who would a draw suit? Us or them better?
Well, it suits us insofar as it keeps them in second bottom.
But they would have a game in hand, though.
Yeah, but they have to win it, don't they? And it's like we had 2 games in hand on Stevenage, didn't we? We lost them both, didn't we? So
yeah.
I'd rather be above them than
points
below.
On the board is much
psychologically, definitely.
Yeah.
So who do you think staying up, Nate? Or who do you think is going down? I should say.
I think Oldham are going down. Sorry, boys.
Oh,
do you really?
He's not played a game, this fella, does he?
No, I don't. Stevenage or Barrow. Probably Stevenage.
I think Phil Brown going into Barrow. I've said it since I was so happy at that news because he bombs out the old pros, doesn't he? No good pros got anything good to say about him.
We were talking on one of the group chats. There was a picture of him at training, and he looked like the new long lost Dingle brother from Emmerdale stood there with his beard and stuff, just coming out of nowhere, So
he's a strange cookie. And a lot of pros don't like him. But he gets people puts his arm round them. Because he said, I'm here to take the pressure off the players, and they got pumped in the weekend. It was like the worst display they played all season. So
hopefully it'll be Barrow, but I've got a horrible feeling.
I think let's just Barrow. It's got a rubbish ground, rubbish fans, it's a rubbish place, rubbish players. Connor Brown plays, he's captain, and he used to play for us. Sorry, I want Barrow to go. Because
I'm very much of the opinion of I don't care who goes down as long as it's not us. So I'm sure you feel the same way, Nate. It's self-preservation society, isn't it? At the end of the day,
absolutely, couldn't give a toss.
Who cares? But we've reached our allotted hour, and obviously we don't want to. YouTube will cut us off if we go over it. For producing too much quality content for too long.
Yeah, criminal
and not giving anybody else a chance. So we have to call it a day. Thanks for coming on, Nate.
Cheers for having me,
pleasure to talk to you. All the best for the rest of the season, as long as it doesn't relegate us.
Yeah, I'm not going to say the same.
What about you? Thank you, Paul, again for coming on.
Hey, no worries.
It's been we'll get you on again because I know you haven't had much to say tonight, but we will definitely get you back. But would you coming on next week?
Come on again,
the game,
absolutely.
Ben Man, thanks for making your one and only appearance, mate. We've enjoyed having you on. Obviously, you're not welcome back.
No, you are.
Well, we have plenty of banter, me and you, don't we, Ben Man?
Oh yeah, we love it. It's all about you, innit?
It's all about me, innit? He's always coming up to me and saying, "It's all about you, innit? It's all about you, innit?"
I can't disagree.
Well,
I'll see you all. I'll see you all Saturday, lads.
See you on Saturday.
You can buy me a pint. Thank you.
See you in a bit, mate.
See you,
bye,
see you, lads. Right, we're gonna hit the credits.
Thank you, Matt.
Hey, Dave. See you next week.
See you on
Saturday. Actually.
Saturday. The late after this.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.
See ya.
The Latics Football Phone-In is hosted by Matt Dean and David Bradley and is live on YouTube Fridays from 7 till 8. Don't miss the Boundary Park Alert System Oldham Athletics only weekly podcast out Mondays at 7 AM in all the usual places. Please subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/the Boundary Park Alert System, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at OAFC Phone-In and at OAFC Podcast. The music you're hearing is Under Pressure by Anton Vaslov. Thanks for watching and see you next week.